Welcome back to the show. It's more than just a trail. It's one of the largest urban redevelopment projects in America. The Atlanta BeltLine started as a grad student vision and now is linking neighborhoods, jobs, and green space. The BeltLine is planned to circle Atlanta with 22 miles of light rail and trail connecting more than 45 neighborhoods across the city. Since the first trail opened, the BeltLine corridor has attracted over $9 billion in private investments, reshaping everything from housing to retail. As of last year, the project has delivered 74% of the 2023 affordable housing target, helping to keep long-time residents close to opportunity. While that may sound very impressive, there's one group pushing leaders to finish what they started, calling for light rail that links every neighborhood and not just a few. Here from the BeltLine Rail Now is Chair Matthew Rowell. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Chesley.
All right, let's start. Morning to you. Let's start with explaining why light rail is so important to the BeltLine.
So the BeltLine is 22 miles, a loop, and light rail was always part of the vision from the very beginning. And that transit is what's needed to help us grow as a city. We upzoned the entire city, and now we've got density, and we've got people, and we can't extend the opportunity all the way around until we build the light rail all the way around. And we are ready to start on the east side, but now we're hearing from the mayor that he wants to change the priority to start somewhere else. That transit connected to MARTA gets people to jobs, people to work, people to school, people to recreation and shopping.
You're calling this, Matthew, you're calling this a make or break for the BeltLine's full vision. What makes it so crucial right now?
Because we're so far behind already, and we're on the 10-yard line, really. Where with the designers, the final design contract issued a couple of years ago, we can have trains operating to Ponce City Market and in that zone where we've created 25,000 jobs in 3 years. And we need to do it everywhere else, and we need to use this project to pull us along with creating momentum for the entire loop. And what we saw from the mayor this week is great, but it's not an either or, it's a both and.
You called for a written budget commitment on this for this year. What does that look like in practical terms?
So the way that the BeltLine has been funded is with something called a TAD, and that's up for renewal. And we've called for Atlanta BeltLine Inc. and the city to put money towards the design of the transit on the south side in the rest of the TAD. That means this year, next year, and the remaining 3 years after that, so that we can be ready to start building down there as soon as possible.
Mayor Dickens has put $5.1 billion in neighborhood reinvestment initiative, which hits on housing and jobs. Does the BeltLine rail fit into that vision?
It does. We saw that in the announcement this week. There's about 12 miles of light rail in the mayor's proposal with about $2 billion attached to it. But again, that is a longer term vision. It's going to take us 7 to 10 years to do what's in that plan. And in the meantime, we can build with money we already have, not depending on Washington, what we started out to do towards the east side and give access to the largest opportunity zone in the city to everyone who can get to Peachtree Center, MARTA.
Speaking of that money, right, we understand that the BeltLine has already sparked more than $9 billion in private investments. How does finishing the loop ensure those gains don't just benefit certain zip codes?
Well, again, I think what's great about what the mayor is saying is there's a commitment to go beyond and to actually do the entire loop in the plan that was released by Atlanta BeltLine Inc. in August. And the way you ensure that, Chesley, is you start building where you can and you make smart building choices. You go to places you know are going to be successful, where people want to go, need to go. And right now, that's the East Side Trail, because there is so much growth there. And we think that by connecting that to everything else and building the rest as soon as we can, that's the right recipe for success.
All right, we got about
a minute. Time to wait.
Gotcha. We got about a minute left. You said build it all. Let's connect Atlanta. No more excuses. So if the city were to act tomorrow, what would Atlanta look like 5 years from now with that full BeltLine and rail in place?
Well, we'd have Peachtree Center to Ponce City Market trains going. back and forth every 12 minutes. We would have construction starting on the south side about in a year from that point, in 5 years, and we will start to be poised to connect our city with the light rail that has always been contemplated. That's what that would look like 5 years from now. If we don't build on the east side, we're still going to be drawing lines on paper 5 years from now. And we just can't afford to do that. We're growing too fast, and there's too much opportunity lost as we go. And it gets more expensive every year we wait.
Yeah. Realistically, when do you think things would begin?
Well, I don't think anything's going to happen before the election. And I think that in next year, when a new council is seated and there's some more pro-transit candidates on that council, we'll see a push again to get moving again. And if we do that, we can be through the rest of the design in another year and start building and be under construction midway through Mayor Dickens' second term.
Gotcha. All right, Matthew Rao, thanks so much for joining us and your insight today. Really appreciate it.